Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
I think there was something wrong with my mic cord there for a second.
Huh.
But it's still... Now you're in my head, man. You're in my head.
It's a dark and stormy place.
It's very easy. It's so weird, though, Josh. I can't explain like, if I'm having a Zoom call, it sounds like I'm hearing it from... It sounds really good when I'm talking to someone, almost like I'm hearing it through the speaker. I can't explain the feeling. If I knew words, I'd be like, I could have been like a critic or something like that.
You could have been a word something.
No, like I could have been like a Christopher Hitchens or some idiot.
You definitely could have been some idiot.
I think so. If I was smart, like my daddy said I wasn't.
And you are.
Oh, daddy told me I was stupid. Well, he didn't quite say it that way, but what happened? Are you gone?
I dropped something. No.
What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, daddy said, my daddy didn't tell me I was stupid, but he didn't exactly tell me I was smart. Now, is this the ghetto? In the ghetto.
My papa was a great old man. I can see him with a diploma in his hand. See, education, yeah, he had plenty. But then he looked at me and thought I was stupid. And
I did enjoy you singing.
Patches, I'm depending on your son to let the family down. My son, I'm sure you'll do something to shame us all.
Hey, that's those people from that southern rhythm place that was famous. Like Muscle Shoals, maybe, or something. And they didn't think that was going to be a hit. Nobody wanted to record that.
No, why would they?
But it meant a lot to that. I think you saw the same documentary. It's meant a lot to the one guy who ran the studio. Also, it's the same studio where the guy did Stand By Me, I think.
Benny King.
And that was his only hit.
Benny King.
That's what I said. I just said that. Hey, I want to, before we get further, I would like to apologize, how did our argument sound, by the way?
It sounded stupid.
Okay.
Don't they
I would
all?
like to apologize. And the reason why I'd like to apologize is for raising my voice, because that's something I'm really working on. I don't even know how loud it is. I don't know if it sounds like I'm yelling, but then even if it's not too loud, I don't like the tone. So I'd like to apologize because there's no reason to, I don't really remember why I got upset, but I don't like to get that upset, so I hope you accept my apology. Now I'm gonna make it at the end, ruin it with a sound effect. Well, please forgive me.
I will accept your apology.
Okay.
Completely and unreservedly.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that.
And I sort of lambasted you in the show for your tone.
Well, I hope it's good. I hope we get good ratings.
So I feel my palate is cleansed. I think the good point was we moved on very quickly from it.
Oh yeah. That's because the thing was,
and then I was the asshole for making callbacks the rest of the show to it.
No, you know what? It got called back in a strange way. Like I didn't think it would get. Oh, it was just through a letter, someone, right?
No, it was never mind. Why rehash?
Hey, you like that sound? I'm in the contest with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I feel very good. I can't, you know what? When things happen, when I'm in the moment, I don't want to apologize. I'm like, I'm raised my voice, and that's the way people should relate. I don't like it. How loud is it? Well, I'll listen to it.
It wasn't that loud. It was just that that emphatic tone that you get.
Yes. No, look. I'm telling you. No. I'm telling you. Okay, let's move on to another letter.
But the highest point was, and this was the thing I latched on to, was he's not a thinker, Josh.
Was that Jon Stewart?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't like it. Ugh, you make it sound, I mean, I think you're giving me an accurate portrayal. Who would like that guy?
I like him.
So do you think that you feel, A, feel sorry for me, B, no, I'm dying, C, feel like you're giving back? Do you feel like you're giving back a little bit?
I did no. I did listen to your Jen episode, your Anxiety Bites episode.
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet because I'm scared. Scared. Was it okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's never a more focused or lucid Andy than when he's talking about himself and his mental health.
Do I really get it?
You're like you're a dog on a bone with that shit.
Andy, can you look? This is a show. Can you talk about yourself a lot?
And away we go.
Oh, I missed that one. Away we go. Oh, well, thank you for listening to that. And
Sure.
she's great, isn't she?
Absolutely, yes. She kept you focused and on track. She was good.
She is like,
And she gave you that assurance that, I will be I will be a warm safety net for you should you forget where you were going.
Well, also, she doesn't have the same issues I have. She doesn't have, I mean, she can go tangential like the best of them,
Yeah.
but she doesn't forget what she was talking about.
No, and I actually relate with Jen quite a bit on the ADD level of things.
Right.
Or
right.
ADHD or whatever. Just
whatever they call it.
Because she was talking about in her intro about the sort of the joy of stand-up for the ADHD person is operating at that level.
True. True.
With that amount of focus and no amount of distraction in your head. It's kind of your best self kind of a thing. And I totally related to that because it's not, she was saying as opposed to sort of the sad clown approval needing version of comics,
Yeah.
Whereas to her that didn't ring true, but what rings true is just, and that rang true to me, which was it's operating at your best kind of.
I don't like that she sounds more together than me. And, you know what I mean?
She's got a show about it. You've just taken over our show with it, but without it.
Yeah, but she's, you know what I'm saying? It's like today, I mean, it's like I don't know. The thing is that I don't know why I'm saying this, but the thing is, it's like, what?
I said, I don't either, but go for it.
I don't know either. I'm sorry. But no, I sound like someone's uncle. She does a great, I'm just saying that I'm always, because I guess here's what I'm not amazed at, but that Jen, when you see her on stage as a stand-up, I think of her as more all over the map, right?
Yeah.
Just because that's what she wants to do, is be all over the map.
All right.
But she can focus. She can focus like a son of a daughter of a thing.
All right.
All right, stop it. Just stop it. Can you come over here and punch me?
No,
I'm serious.
Just imagine I did.
No, but just all I'm thinking about now is, have I said something that Jen will not like? Have I said something that Josh will not like? Have I said something that I will not like? Woo!
Yeah, unlike Jen, I don't need you to narrate your fucking neuroses on the show, okay?
Okay. Hey, you know what Dennis Miller said? I see you in Sochi. Hey, I just got back from Sochi. Okay. Sometimes I'm doing a bit over again, and sometimes I don't remember that I've done it.
Yeah.
Mostly it's I don't remember.
That time it seems like you knew you were, though.
That time I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Or you would not have brought it up.
I can still waver if something flies by me. You know what I mean? If I catch a shadow on the wall.
For you, I understand the analogy I can make in my own life of how it is to feel like you is doing that third stand-up show on a Saturday night. Where every word out of your mouth, you don't know if you've already said it or not.
That is the word. That's so terrible. You've been there, right?
Yeah.
On that show with me.
I've never done one with you.
Oh,
but.
no. Fridays, I think they were. Yeah, in Vegas, and oh my God.
Yeah. For a while, during the height of the comedy boom, there would be a midnight show at a lot of clubs. There'd be a third.
And if you played Vegas, you had to do
right.
it. I hated Vegas. I always hated that about Vegas. 8, 10, and midnight.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Well, also, it's not like, I'm going to get 3 cracks at the on that bat. You're not. These are not 3 sets where you can evaluate your comedy.
No.
I don't think I've ever come up with one bit on stage at the Vegas. Where I've never taken a bit at the beginning of the week when I was at the Riviera and honed it down. Never.
Yeah. Vegas is not the place to workshop.
And if you do get a bit, that's great. And you do hone it down. It's about prime rib.
Right, exactly. Or I was up.
Yeah, I was up. I know. And there's nothing more stale than the jokes from the last week, whether you were in Vegas, whether you were in a small town, wherever you were, they don't hold.
Yeah, whenever your intro is, I was in blank last week, you're fighting a losing battle. I built my whole first hour on where I was on the road, because what the fuck else did my 18-year-old ass have to talk about?
Really? Have I told you recently about eat?
Yes.
Yes, we have dial phones. I did the same thing you did, but I had less powerful material. I was like, I don't really hate I do. There was some early material I really do hate because it's just bad. But I don't hate like jokes like where the Denny's comment card said, "Did you find the outside of the building attractive?" Yeah, it drew me in like a magnet. Stuff like that. It was funny, Josh. Restaurant humor.
This is your extensive Denny's questionnaire bit?
Well, it didn't go on long. And they actually did ask, did you find the outside of the building attractive and appealing? That used to crack me up, these type of things.
Yeah.
Or yes, we have dial phones cracked me up when I saw that. Why would you advertise that you have dial phones?
Because there was that period where you would have to go through the front desk.
Hey, in other words, they don't have the phones anymore that you go, Sarah, get me MB?
All right.
Say that again. I like that. Right. That is so good. That's so good. It gives it all the attention it deserved. It hopefully will stop it.
It's a neutral stance.
It's neutral. What is it going to do? What are you going to do? Lean in on it? Don't lean into it.
And speaking of neutral, how about those Swiss jumping in on the sanctions, huh?
Are they in on them now?
Yeah.
Have the Swiss been good since that? What was that thing they didn't? I can't remember. What were they neutral about that really, really bothered me? You probably remember.
Yes. That's my point. That's how amazing it is that they're jumping in.
Oh, but I thought that they tried to rectify that soon after. No. Why do I think that Switzerland bent over backwards after the war to be nice to Jews and to apologize for not going after Hitler? They didn't do that.
I don't recall. I haven't dove down the international diplomacy rabbit hole on trying to castigate Switzerland. I know they were not. Their neutrality didn't help anyone. Good.
No. But you know what? I don't hate the Swiss. I don't hate them. Roger Federer is Swiss.
Well, as I tweeted today, I think that the Swiss sanctions will have some teeth. Also, a toothpick and a tweezers. Can you RT that for me? That is so good. Come on. That's top of the heap. Number 1. I like that a lot. First of all, the Swiss thing. I'd like to announce I've converted all my Russian dressing into Thousand Island.
Is this all from Twitter?
And I did it with great relish. That was the tag. Come on. Boom, boom, boom.
This is excellent. First of all, people say about puns, this is where they belong and keep them coming.
That's some Algonquin shit there, though. Come on.
Well, here's my thing with the Swiss. When was the Swiss, they make this knife, but it was never, what do they call it? All in one unit?
It's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, but it never was good for anything, right? Now I go on 7 hours later. I'm yelling at the Swiss. You don't care about it. I don't care about it. I haven't prepared. It's first thought theater.
A tiny saw, people.
A tiny saw. What are you going to saw?
An owl. Not the bird, the owl.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really, is that corkscrew? What bottle of wine is so small that corkscrew is going to open it up? I don't know if they have a corkscrew. They do, right?
Open your bottle of Smurfberry wine.
Hey, does any of those attachments make you more interesting while you're describing them? Right? This is good roast stuff against somebody.
Swiss.
I guess who would be
Swiss.
Swiss showing off their. And what is this Swiss Miss? What's this all
The
about?
CEO of Vitrinox.
Folks, here's me, my first day in Switzerland. Hey, I haven't tried the cheese yet. Boo! Get him off. He's not going to talk in Swiss. What do they speak in Swiss? Swiss?
I'm not.
Swiss is not a language, is it?
It's a way of life.
Roger Federer is not only an amazingly, maybe the greatest tennis player of all time, but he also speaks like 9 languages.
Yeah. Well, I think you start with like 4 if you grow up in Switzerland, between
Right, which is
French,
Swiss.
German, Italian, maybe English.
Well, what about, I keep asking you, it's not like a question, is a rock a person, but is there a language called Swiss?
I don't think there is, but there probably is.
Oh, I see now. I thought you were ignoring me because I was so stupid. But you were ignoring me because you didn't know the answer.
Right,
but you didn't care about the answer.
Well, I mean, it's easy to look up. Should we settle this right here and now?
Yeah, you know why? Because it's going to come up again. If I look it up, it's 5 minutes of staring out into space and then go, why am I here, mommy?
The 4 national languages of Switzerland are German, French, Italian, and Romanish.
That's a little bit like Italian. Wow. I would have guessed, if you said to me any language, name me a country.
Botswana.
Botswana-ish.
Funny you don't look Botswana-ish.
Don't name me a country that 5 minutes from now will be sued. You know what? It's so terrible. Okay, I'm not going to get into it. Forget it. I decided, why would I go into that? And you know what? Stop myself.
I liked it. I mean, as soon as you said, what's so terrible, that's a good reason to stop.
Yeah. Did you ever think Richard Marx would be getting the better of people online? It's so good.
He's married to my former coworker, Daisy Fuentes.
Well, that's cool. What am I thinking? Well, no, I think it goes against the type of his songs, which we don't remember many of them. I'm all out of love.
No. No.
I'm sorry. Oh, I guess that's Air Supply.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I was close.
Richard Marx did Night at the Opera, Horse Feathers.
He did the, I remember the one hit that no one liked it when it came out. It was like, I can't live. No, that's a great song. Come on, you know his hit, right?
I don't. I can't really call it.
Richard Marx.
He was one of the very first guests on Later with Greg Kinnear.
And was he nice on the show?
He was, yes.
Yeah. Well, he's not afraid to go after these people online.
No.
Is all I'm saying
No.
to you. I watched the SAG Awards last night. The entire SAG Awards. I enjoyed it just because there was something to do or something.
Wow.
It was live. And the actor, starts out like this. I started in a room in Cleveland. And then I lived as a doormat for several years. I am an actor. I am Andy Kindler. I am an actor.
And what is that? Is that an acceptance speech or is that an interstitial
No, they
bit?
always start out, somebody hasn't watched a lot of Screen Actors Guild Awards.
I have not.
Somebody doesn't know the format so well. They start with the actors at their tables. There's no real host to the show.
Oh, yeah.
And
is that always the case?
Yes, that's always the case. But the thing I just want to point out before I go back to the hilarious comedy about it, that Michael Keaton was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is he great? And the guy from Succession was great. But it is one of those award shows that seems to have a lot of categories that are they movies, it's TV shows, what is it, best album? What is this for? They had they had best looking ottoman at one point.
Huh? Wait, what?
Wait. What? The Squid Game won some things.
Best seafood? The Irving Calamari Award?
Ooh?
I have not.
Oh, the Irving. I like that. How about the Cal Amari Award?
There you go. You fixed it.
Yeah, I like when someone comes in with something and then thinks they fixed it. Yeah. How about this? Cal A. Mari. Oh, right. It's not that funny to begin with. Yeah. But Cal A. Mari is the best button. The button on. No, but the Squid Game. Have you seen the Squid Game?
I have not.
And do you have a desire to see it? Because Susan wants to see it. I don't want to see it.
I don't really, because I just kind of, like I get it. I know enough about it.
Yeah, it's something like it's like the isn't it like the Hunger Games?
It's not my kind of ride, really.
I don't like that either normally. But is it like the Hunger Games, right? The Hunger Games, like, oh my God, you have to eat within an hour, and if someone stops you from eating, you have to eat them or something like that? Not for me.
No, it's you eat, but then you can't swim for an hour.
I don't know if I can take that. I have anxiety disorder. That sounds like a lot of stuff. Oh God.
Captain, it's the lull alert.
I wanted to say one more thing to you.
I hope you can stretch it out for like a half hour.
Wait, no, this is a good one. Now it's like, here's the thing. I did love Nirvana from what I knew about them, but I wasn't like a Nirvana. I mean, they were great.
If you do the soft loud thing a third week in a row, I'm gonna.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm gonna come punch you.
No, that would just be sad. You have to call somebody. But the thing is, I don't dislike Dave Grohl. I don't dislike the Foo Fighters, but I don't love them.
I just bought his book.
Oh, did you know that he's deaf?
I know he's lost a lot of hearing. Yeah.
Or almost deaf.
Yeah.
He reads lips.
Yeah.
Did you read his book yet?
I've started it.
And it's probably, I think his book is probably great because it talks about him and his father and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's been good so far.
I like him as a person, but all of a sudden, he's got this song, I'm waiting on a war. He's waiting on a war for this or that. Waiting on a war for this or the other thing. He's waiting on now the war came, Dave. Happy? No, I mean, I'm not blaming on him, but I don't want to hear that song again.
Yeah, I didn't hear it the first time until now.
Oh, have we talked about the Foos? You're not a big fan either, right?
I'm not. I'm a big, incredibly casual fan.
Right. You're not going to throw them out.
In the sense that I totally like that they don't take the whole thing too seriously. I like that they do fan service shit. I like that they're perfect rock star citizens.
That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself, which is how I feel normally is the feedback to the show. That you say it better than me. That this is some kind of a project that you're like what's the one where you die, where you're going to die? It's not a Make-A-Wish, but it's like help an
altacocker.
Yeah, an altacocker. It's a help an altacocker. I have looked into the show business home, and they told me that I don't necessarily get a better room because I've been contributing all these years to it, because they went, at what level were you contributing? J. Elvis Weinstein donations? I said, I don't believe so. Well, then.
You should have given us a nice chunk of change.
And first of all, I don't want it. I'm not, me. I'm not trying to bribe myself into a corner room at the show business house. Why do I even joke about it? It doesn't sound like fun.
No.
But I'm already willing it into being. I don't know where Susan has gone, but I have this image of you in charge of me.
I know you do. And I don't know if she's although last week you stripped me of your power of attorney because I made you so mad.
But I don't know if Susan's got disgusted and just said, look, what are you going to do? It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. She
drops you off on the steps with a note pinned to you.
Look, everything's sad. The fact that he can't tie his shoes, sad. But what am I? Running an orphanage? I'm not good at my Dickens type characters.
Oh, was that Dickens?
Well, you know, there's always a mean guy or Fagin. I don't know where Fagin's from. Is that Dickens?
That's also
no.
Dickens.
I think
yes.
it's also Dickens.
Oliver
yeah.
Twist.
Oliver Twist, boom, boom, Oliver Twist. That's the music I would have written had I done the musical Oliver
Right,
Twist.
and in that case, no one would ask for more.
Because may I have some more? Oh, you'd like some more? Okay, Oliver Twist, boom, boom, give him some food, bang, bang. I really, maybe, you know, I've gone through this stuff in therapy where I've said the reason why I didn't go into music was because I was very, mean to myself about my talents. Maybe I was exactly what I should have been. If that's what I was on to do, Oliver Twist, bang, bang. Bum, chum, bang, biggity bang. I'd like to recommend Bridget Everett's new show, Someone Somewhere, on HBO.
I have watched it. I watched it through the finale last night.
Oh, I haven't seen the finale, but did you also enjoy it?
I did, very much, yeah.
I think she's great.
I didn't know. It was a couple episodes of how quirky cutesy is this going to get.
Right, but they seem to ride the line nicely.
They did.
She's a great actor, too.
Yeah, she is.
So I'm just excited about it. Well, I relate to it because my sister has died. So I relate to this, to that. I relate to the fact that my sister had a great voice, but felt terrible about her voice. So I like that whole thing. I really relate to that whole thing. Right. Now you're afraid that's going to make me, I'm not saying it's going to make me feel so good I'm going to do anything with my music.
I don't know. If you do, at least you'll use the 8-track.
I'm ready to go. I am ready to go, my friend. I'm starting with Some Enchanted Evening.
Nice.
Really? You want to hear me do a little bit? Some Enchanted Evening. Yeah. You don't do any of that kind of singing, right?
With a disgusted retard to each note?
Yeah.
Some enchanted evening. Ugh.
But you know what I mean? Like where they're, I love you. I honestly love you. That kind of singing. Where you show the seams.
Well, I don't do anything deliberately when I'm singing, really.
Me, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to present my voice to the public until I've completed my doctorate in singing.
Yeah.
And
then you can call me Dr. Music.
Call me Doctor doesn't play. Doctor gets tired from writing songs in 4 minutes. I don't see. That's the thing. Paul McCartney could walk around with scrambled eggs in his head for weeks.
Yeah. All I can say is that if you go through a 2-year quarantine without picking up your guitar.
You know what? I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to do music for the worst reason in the world. To prove you wrong.
Spite.
Oh, Josh, what do you think of this? I'm a good guy. I got a nice voice. I'm a good person because I completed the project.
I pulled out my fucking trumpet. It got so bad.
That was great. I miss the trumpet playing days.
No, you
also,
don't. No, you don't.
I don't.
I don't. That's faux nostalgia.
That was wrong. But I did enjoy last week when you were singing me a song and you said you didn't stop me because I was enjoying it. I
entranced you with Kermit the Frog.
Yes, because I don't know much about him, and it sounds like if I missed a part of my childhood. That's
Kermit singing during that Verbo commercial that's on every 3 seconds now too.
What is Verbo?
Verbo.
Oh yes, I see that.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like a Airbnb type vacation home thing.
Yes. When you stay at a person's place. It's not your own. Sometimes it's dirty. Sometimes it's disgusting. Sometimes, and you always feel ripped off. Airbnb. Check it out.
Ribbit.
Check it out. It's gotta be good. It's barely regulated.
That's what the B stands for.
It better be good. It better be good. Hey, don't call us twice if the water's off. We're very busy. Oh my God.
It's called Airbnb, not Water BnB.
It's Airbnb. It's not Heat B&B.
Not called Hot Air BnB.
It's not called No Leaking Plumbing B&B. Oh, no. You know that this is something you're going to get the best deal. Have you ever tried a timeshare? It's even better than a timeshare. Oh, man. I know people. The thing is, people have told me these stories about they go and they get a great Airbnb. It just did not. The only time I ever had one, it was horrible. It was in London.
Yeah, I've heard plenty. I've heard lots and lots of success stories, and I still am not tempted for the most part.
No, we don't like. This is the kind of thing we don't like.
You obsess over the cleanliness of your own home.
Well put. I don't even like my own garbage, let alone. Don't open. Here's what you don't want to. Oh, what's in this closet? I don't want to have a closet where you open up and it's the guy who's cleaning the place. Come on, people, pick up the energy. I don't think they're going to well, maybe they're here forever. It's one, I can't believe it's one, it's not one company, but there's one company that has imposed itself kind of, right?
Well, they've certainly planted the biggest flag.
And bullshit hill. It landed in non-existent hill. You know, I'm steamed. I'm getting steamed. I don't know if it's good, but I'm getting steamed.
Oh, yeah?
Very steamed about it.
What's your beef, Andy?
You know, here's something. You know what steams me? And I was the host of the Tonight Show. I had an amazing career. I never touched my Tonight Show money. And now nobody wants to see me on TV. Nobody cares about me. I do this great show. You bet your life. People guys say, how you doing tonight? Funny stuff. They're still talking about Letterman. Letterman's Netflix show. Letterman. Fuck you, Letterman, with your Netflix show. Fuck you. That's right. Jay Leno's mad. God. It's so terrible. It's angry Jay Leno. Hey, fuck you. Hey, Kevin Eubanks, go fuck yourself.
This is how I picture you in the SAG home with a little tape recorder on your bed.
Hey, it's Kevin Eubanks. Fuck you. Hey, here's something. Why don't you shove your stupid jaywalking? You think I like walking around like an idiot asking you what day today is? You're stupid. You're a stupid nation. Here's something. I haven't seen Mavis since the 20s. Here's something. In Mavis news, she's in a different wing. All right, this is hard-hitting stuff.
You know the problem with the joke where the punchline is since the 20s?
Hey, we're in the 20s?
Yeah.
I haven't heard something like that since the teens.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't want to say he's young, but he was big during the 20s. The 2020s. Those are the only ones we're thinking of, stupid. Oh, you thought I was talking about 1920. Why would we think that? There's not a person. There's only a few people in the room who still are freaked out by the 20.
You are just like the most free associative mode I've heard you in a while.
Maybe is it coming to the end, you think?
Not yet.
Can I start? Do you think I'll go the Jason Alexander route where you put songs on your Twitter feed? Some enchanted evening, you could be a stranger. Thank you.
Well, you're putting it on your podcast. I don't think the Twitter is really that far behind.
Nice. You know what? I like to sing this song, and I hope it doesn't sound self-absorbed or but please tell everybody, please RT, that I'm doing I'm doing songs, popular songs on my feed. And now I'd like to do
for Ukraine.
And this is for Ukraine, folks. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. You know what's so hacky? Doing the That character is hacky because Bill Murray nailed all of it.
Right.
So I have to actually make it. I'm not doing it. What do you mean I have to actually make it? I'm debating with you, Josh.
How do I tweak my lounge singer character?
It's so stupid.
To bring it into the 20s.
I'm actually arguing with myself. No. I would be doing it just badly with no nuance.
Right.
That's great, right? All right. You know, the thing is, I still have a dream about being on Saturday Night Live. Not really.
Good.
Well, when I came around the first time, I was of the age where I could have been on the show if I had practiced.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm in high school. Hey, this is great. Maybe I could be on it. Saturday Night Live. That's all I thought about till I was 30.
All right.
Maybe I could do that.
And maybe you could have.
I know, but you don't get a lot of experience just walking around going, this is a good thing. I never want. What's that?
You couldn't have been shittier than young Gilbert was on the show.
Gilbert? On what show?
Gilbert Gottfried on SNL.
Oh, God, that's right. With the Fridays people. I think it was not Fridays people. It was the Gene Duminian.
Yes.
Dumanian, right, yeah. And it was Julia Louis-Dreyfus then?
No, I don't think she was there for that one.
Oh, man. And you know who's made it? You know who's been the rock through the whole thing is Lorne Michaels. I mean, when you want to say, what is the brand of that comedy? It's Lorne Michaels, my friend. Lorne Michaels. You know what? I'm actually, what time is it? I'm actually tired of making fun of Lorne Michaels. Yeah. It finally happened.
Everyone, time of death?
Time of death is 12:13 p.m. in the year of 2022 on February 28th. I finally got to, but I'm not tired of my new Leno. Yeah. I get nothing. I haven't touched my snack. I got fuck you. I won't even give you my, but you know what? It's too much like me and Bob Dylan. You see, you have staked out some very strong characters. If I want to bring it to the table.
Right.
I have to
workshop. You have to go to Vegas and workshop it.
I have to workshop it. Do you think that either one of us would be good using things like we got to step up our game? Like if we had, like really used it.
That just sounds like us trying not to seem stoned.
Well, that's a go. That is a go. That's to me stepping. For example, I smoked no pot this morning.
Yeah.
Didn't smoke a joint. Nothing. Not even an edible. I'm stepping up my game. No, you stupid. I don't want to call myself lazy, so can you do it?
No, I won't, because I just want to point out that with no weed, you haven't forgotten what you were saying one time.
Oh, so now you're going to tell, so I'm wrong because I have type 2 diabetes. I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it.
And I eat 40 pot gummies a day. Oh, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I smoke pot. I ingest pot. I try to, I use the used pot and eat it. And, no, it's definitely, it's a good thing what I'm doing. And I haven't felt high for about 12 years.
As a bonus.
I start reading these things about there's no difference between the indica and the hybrid, but that's an article from MedMen.
Yeah.
MedMen is the most commercial of all they're like, hey, we're the MedMen. Come on down. Woo. All this week only.
That's a place.
Oh yeah. MedMen.
Is it a chain?
It's a takeoff on, yes, it's a chain. Too.
Please don't tell me what it's a takeoff on.
You know what it's a takeoff, right?
Yes.
Thank you. You know what though? I could hear that 25,000 times and not know it was a takeoff on Mad Men.
Yeah.
It wouldn't compute to me. I did already?
You just did.
Oh no, you know what it's takeoff on? Mad Men. Pretty clever, right? Mad Men. Mad Men, but not Mad Men. Why is that clever? It's not even clever. It sounds like a fucking lozenge place. The Mad Men. I mean, really am angry about nothing. I've finally achieved it.
Firing
blanks.
Anger blanks.
Anger blanks. Give me another anger Molotov cocktail. Susan and I, the other day, were looking at something in Ukraine and we go, And we both said, "Oh, well, at least they're drinking a lot." We didn't get that they were, and then we looked at it again and realized, no, it's Molotov cocktails. Then I told Susan that there was someone named Molotov, but I still haven't looked it up.
Yeah.
He was during the Russian Revolution, right?
Sure.
It seems to me that we've been on the phone, and I know you're going to tell me, no, we haven't been on the phone for a long time. Because we really haven't been on the phone for a long time.
No.
But I know
as soon as you mention it,
it gets ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a deal killer.
I'm naked except for my very flaccid Shmi. Wait, why would that be not naked? That's
I don't know, but you just found our inline.
What does that mean, inline?
The line we come in on.
Well, don't ruin it now. Don't ruin it now. I tell you, I want one of these shows to go as seamlessly as I say it when I say it.
What does that even mean? That could,
in other words,
that was not even a seamless sentence.
Well, I'm a little upset that I end up edited as if my first of all, you make me sound like I don't remember anything. Yeah. You make me sound incoherent.
All right.
And these things come out. Listen right now. This is all gold. Right. I'm such a genius. What a really talented
I won't
man.
capture that, but I will apologize for all the donkey noises I put in while you're talking.
Are you kidding me? It's the funniest I've been in years. If I had known this would work, I would have been more of a carrot top. This is great.
You're the Sam Wainwright of podcasting.
I don't know who that is.
Hee-haw, George.
Oh, that's Ludin Wainwright's grandfather?
Yes, if you want to. If that's the mythology you want to ingest.
Here's a message from your brother that we'll never say again. Stop with the thing. And don't forget about the hee-haw. Hee-haw. What was? Okay, I'm done. I can't muster any. It's a Wonderful Life anger.
I do like the concept of the Kindler telegram, which at the end of every sentence it goes, "Stop with the thing."
Stop with the thing. Need money. Stop with the thing. Oh boy, except for the things that I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm really on today.
there you go.
I did want to say something before we get into the letters that I thought was both funny and telling. I recommended a podcast from this musician, and I did not realize that this musician had become an anti-vax person.
Oh, jeez.
Right? And his name is Joseph Arthur. And I really didn't even know. It's like, it's almost like now the last thing you have to do is check to see if someone's a vaxxer before you
you could
promote
not.
them.
Or you could not.
Okay, so what happened is Kelly Senecal, who is a friend of ours, I think he's a friend of the show. He told me how terrible this guy was, and so then I deleted the tweet. I said, I don't
Wow.
promote
Something
this
made
guy.
you delete a tweet.
Are you not counting all the tweets that I stealthily erased later? I always erase these kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh, that some people can't see it. Shut up, you troll. Go the hell
Do you go back and get rid of those?
Every once in a while I do.
That's good. I think you should. It's good.
You shut up. Oh, you're such a big man. If you're such a big man, why are you a troll?
Oh, yeah? Well, I've never heard of you either.
So before I find out that the guy is a vaxxer, Seth Dick quote tweets me, right?
Yeah.
Before I even know, he goes, wow, that's quite a thinker. I don't even know why he's doing it at this point. No one's told me yet.
I'm afraid he's not a thinker who's going to stick with you for a while. No,
but he's not referring to me.
No, he is.
He
is. It's a reference to this week's show. Or last week's show, where you're screaming, "He's not a thinker, Josh!"
Oh my God.
So whenever you're getting not a thinker or anything like that.
Oh, that's it. So
that is the reference.
All right, I should be happy because he was doing a joke. But why would he quote tweet that joke?
Because, a lot of spiralers follow Seth, I think.
Okay, well, can you I know that you don't normally do this. This is like a big ask, but what was the original context?
It was the Jon Stewart fight.
He's not a thinker. He's not a thinker, Josh.
No, you can't recreate it because there was something much more primal going on.
Oh, is this when I was angry?
Yeah.
How did my apology play? I know it hasn't.
I think it played. I bought it.
It hasn't come out yet, though, right?
No, but I played to me. Isn't that the most important thing?
It is, especially if it's an apology.
Yes.
You might not need to even include it in the show.
No, I left it in. I already edited the first time.
Okay, well, I apologize for thinking that Seth Dick was piling on me.
I think he was, but for a different thing.
Yeah. But and very confusing to someone who's not a thinker like me.
Well,
I don't know what's happening.
I would also say, Seth should also know that you're not going to get a call back.
Wait a second. I think on my own act I've gotten them before.
No, I understand.
Here's your fucking pizza. That's New York style pizza. Bring it back all the time. Bring it back. Oh, so I
forgot to tell you that I used your hacky line with my doctor.
This makes me so happy.
I did. This was a month or so ago. I told him I was taking my blood pressure medication religiously with a priest collar on.
Oh, and did he laugh?
He did.
I'm big in doctor's offices.
Yes, I didn't credit you either.
That's fine. That's fine. I like the way you say that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. People are fun, aren't they? Not really. That's not the moral of that story.
No, I'm fun, I think is the moral of that story.
You never told me how you're feeling.
Old Jew Medical Corner.
Once a week, I think you should weigh in on by sitting on my neck. And you don't have to go. I mean, how are you feeling in terms of your back, Blake?
I am feeling it's slow. I mean, I have to say it's improving.
Ooh, that makes me very happy.
But it's improving at, like the least perceivable rate.
Oh, man.
But
is this going to cut back on our roughhousing?
No, because, I can still tie the one hand behind my back.
You know what? It's amazing I never figured that out. When you put no, I'm talking about when you put the hand. I never was able to figure out when you put your hand on my forehead, extended.
Yeah, it just takes the one hand. It just takes the one hand.
And I'm a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
which is now higher than Putin.
But don't you think I'd be able to figure out?
They stripped him. Did you hear that they stripped him of all of his...
No, I thought you were joking about that.
No, they stripped him of his honorary 9th-degree black belt.
Oh, is he? And he's supposedly jiu-jitsu, right? Judo?
It was Taekwondo.
All right. Josh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an air purifier.
Yeah, I actually can't hear it.
Okay, good. Okay.
I was just playing along.
I have an air purifier in the office now.
I thought it might be one of those "that's the world's smallest violin playing just for you" kind of jokes.
I don't think I could ever go to that joke.
Yeah.
That's not something I would. That's not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I think the other follow up is we had talked about how Dennis Miller had disappeared. Turns out he hadn't.
Then there were people saying he wasn't on Russian television. Yes, he was on Russian television. Yeah. He was on Russian. He had an interview show
on RT America. Yes.
This can I call him a scumbag?
Sure.
He's a scumbag. He's on RT television. Like, yeah, well, meanwhile, these guys are, like they think Putin's a problem.
Right.
He could be the worst person in the entire world. I know that used to be a category. I think there were a couple of other people that had heard their name.
Well, Shatner had a show too, or has
Shatner.
A show. Yeah.
And someone wrote to me, they go, I can't believe that from Shatner. I can't believe that. It doesn't sound like the Shatner I know. So I had to say to the person, the Shatner's a horrible person. Shatner's horrible. And they go, oh, I never heard that before. I think you could hear that. That came with the show notes from the original Star Trek.
Yeah, I think so too. If you haven't sussed that out, you are not, you're not trying at all.
Unless you think George Takei is wrong and Leonard Nimoy was wrong.
All right.
Because I think Nimoy.
And me. I had a personal.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Wait, that's not related to the donkey, is it?
No.
Mule.
It is related to the donkey in the sense that it was the same show. Not the same episode. Not the same episode, but the same.
Right, the same show. I still can't believe that happened. Oh, God. That's when you know there's a sign. And that's what Greg Kinnear says, called his agent. Come on, what's happening with my movie role?
Right. I thought I had a no metaphor clause in my contract.
Exactly. Did you think that, do you have any, I know that I'm very petty, but do you consider him one of our great actors?
I consider him a decent actor now. Honestly.
He is a decent actor. I don't know where.
I don't think he started out as a very good actor.
I don't know his early stuff.
I know his early stuff because I was working with him when he was doing it, but he was doing it with like Sidney Pollack and Gary Marshall and James L. Brooks.
Oh, God. Jiminy Crickets. I'm no fool and no siree. Oh, boy. Oh, now Jon Stewart did something good now, I think, to this week or something.
Oh, yeah? Is he back?
I don't. He'll never be back for me.
No. You know why? Because he was always overrated and he was never a thinker.
You can't bring back that argument again. Because I'm, oh, yeah, I guess you could.
Well, you brought him up. I'm just saying you brought him up. Where else can we go with it?
Right. But let me tell you something. People scoffed at the idea of a deep state, right? They said, oh, there's no way. Well, how the fuck do you think this is happening now in Ukraine? How's that happening now? I can't even, I have no energy for bits. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know. Who are you doing?
I was doing that they were right about the deep state somehow. And I was going to try and tie them being right about the deep state to the current political situation, but then it would just be one of those fakey sarcastic things.
Yeah.
Well, they sure were right about the deep state, weren't they? See?
Yeah, it doesn't.
You don't have to react like that. You can go, well, it sounded, I bet it looked good funny on paper.
Did that joke have cilantro in it? Because I reacted to it.
Boris Hamilton was a very funny comic. Said that Giovanni Ribisi is like, someone who's allergic to onions or something. Oh no, the Giovanni Ribisi's in there. I can't watch that. He did it better than me.
Yeah,
and I agree. At the time, I think Giovanni Ribisi was a current reference.
Probably a bigger name to keep that one in the act at the time.
Yeah, I'm worried about him sometimes. Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah. Maybe have him over for dinner.
I don't have people over for dinner, as you well know.
I do well know that.
I would
like to think I would be one of them.
Oh, I think you could certainly, if you brought the right mask. Now, Sharpling has a horrible case of the disease that's going around.
Yeah.
What is it? COVID?
Yeah.
He's been vaxxed.
Yeah.
He's been boosted, and he's very, very sick. Now, I was going to tell him, well, you're still doing better, because what they were saying is if he's this sick, boosted and vaxxed, he would be maybe dead, right? If he didn't have any of that, or he'd be in the hospital.
I think, yeah. I mean, that seems to be the.
And I don't know why you're arguing for these these anti. First of all, you told me you think the truck convoy. Here's another example. Attempted me to start a joke that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You told me that you loved that truck convoy and that you believed in that truck convoy. Can you believe Rob Schneider, who blocked me, but is just one of the biggest assholes on the planet? The first day he heard about that truck thing up in Canada, he goes, now we're talking. They're heading right over to Trudeau's house. Will those people ever have to pay a price, Rob Schneider? Or is the price he's paying being Rob Schneider?
I think the price is being kindlered.
I think you're starting to treat me like a charming old man now. You know what I mean? Like, don't get him too upset.
Isn't that apropos?
It is apropos. I don't like that apropos because I don't know. Is that Latin? Apropos. It's not French.
I think it's French, actually.
Oh, très bien. Well, did I do enough pre-letter thing? Because I'll keep going.
I guess. I mean, I didn't realize you were just stalling. I thought we were talking.
Oh, no. You know there's nobody that I enjoy talking to more than you. More than you.
More than this.
Oh, I love that guy. I love that band, and I love that guy, which means I like his last name is not Avalon. His last name is not Roxy. No. His first name is not Music. I don't remember.
But you're narrowing in on it.
Yeah, give me a clue for his name. No more than this. The girls like him. He's handsome.
Yeah. It's Brian is his first name. How about that?
No more than this. Brian Fieri. Thank you, everybody. Yes. What show would this be considered? I would be considered a good contestant on. That I got that answer. Oh, you were able to remember one musical name from the 70s. They were excellent group, and I have to thank Laura Milligan for getting me into Roxy Music. And the album I first got when I got into them was Avalon.
Yeah.
Do you like the album?
I do. In fact, it's the only one I have.
Yeah. And he sings like that. He goes, are you ready for my Nirvana demonstration again?
Your weekly dynamics lesson?
No, because I'm getting a lot of requests for it off pod. No more than this. He had that kind of like a no more than this. I love that voice. I wish I could sing like that.
Oh, you just were. You were just there.
Isn't that a hard voice for you to do? Even no, it's not. You could do that one.
Well, now there's too much heat on it now.
Okay, but I will say that not that any of these voices are easy, but Elvis, most people could attempt an Elvis. Costello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's right.
Oh, you think? Oh, you think?
No. I'm not saying they do it well. I'm not saying. Listen, Maestro. Do not be upset with me, Maestro. Wait till you see all the requests this week.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Can you do Mickey Rooney doing Andy Rooney doing the woman who likes grapes? And can you do it? She thinks it's Arbor Day.
It's time for questions.
What do you want to know?
We love your questions so much.
It's half our show. Half our show.
Have you played the music leading into the letters?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay. How do you do it so fast? You're a stupid man. Now I can't see the screen because you're not going to show me the screen until the questions start.
How about this?
It's there.
All right.
Pickle says 24/7 reminds me of diners and the movie Diner. One question, 3 parts. Favorite diner meal? Favorite non-riser performance? I also think of Guy Fieri and his fun, corny show, and I always get hungry when I watch it. Thanks, Josh. You son of a bitch.
What?
You ended screen sharing.
It stopped?
I said ended screen sharing.
What the fudge?
Well, if you get it back, I think I'll do both ways just in case.
All right.
Okay. Do you enjoy diners, drive-ins, and well? First of all, I don't consider the Guy Fieri show as fun at all. I can't watch that guy. Do you like him?
No, I never watched that shit.
There's a lot of great acting in that movie. Mickey Rourke is great in it?
Yeah, I like Gutenberg a lot in that.
Gutenberg is fantastic in it.
It might be Gutenberg's peak. Early peak.
That's so sad. And then, what's your favorite that's what they said. What's your favorite diner meal, Josh?
My favorite diner meal might be a patty melt.
I always like excellent, if it's an excellent breakfast at a diner.
Yeah, it really does depend on when I'm at the diner.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just terrible.
I do enjoy a good late night breakfast.
We used to do that a lot when we would go into our various, or we'd end up at 4 and 20 pies.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a true story.
It's a real place, though.
It is a real place, but it's not in that area, is it? Maybe
yeah.
It is in that.
Yeah, there was one on Van Nuys.
We went somewhere and had pie, Bavarian cream pie. All right, you go next, all right?
Dan Wade says, I was trying to hype up the show and ended up sounding like preschool Shark Tank.
And then the 2 old Jewish fellas talk about their ailments, and then they pretend they're movie stars from 60 years ago. They read jokes from people not as funny as them. But it's Shark Tank!
You nail it. This is why people love you, I think. Well, I think they love you because they know I can't do it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Sous Vide wonders, I've heard that's not, she's replying to something. Is that okay?
No, it's a chain of really sarcastic, snarky things going on.
Okay. Ignore them?
Well, one of them started the fight last week.
With me and you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just like, the trope is asking us about things we talk about a lot. So Larry Harold, also have you any long-term health concerns that require constant monitoring? I've heard the Grateful Dead documentaries. Any you can recommend? I'd like to give one a shot, says Sous Vide.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard they are.
You know what that is?
What?
Insider baseball.
Emma Marks says, my birthday is coming up. I have 2 birthday buddies that I'm particularly tickled by. Pier Paolo Pasolini and Mark E. Smith. Do you share a birthday with anyone interesting? Well, I've got Tim Robbins and John Mayer, but I don't know either one of those people. Do you? Pier Paolo Pasolini?
No, I don't.
So that's Emmo, you're doing an inside joke on an inside joke.
I don't think it's a joke so much as just names you don't know.
I like when you perk up. He perks up to slam me. You get a little hop in your step.
That's right. Little raison d'etre shock.
Yeah. Crazy is on another roll. Let me tell them that.
My birthday, I got you Mr. T. I have Al Franken and I, which is interesting only because we also share a hometown.
Oh, that's cool.
Who else? Leo Sayer.
Oh, that's not something I would bring up.
Raymond Burr.
Wow, these are am I surprised? What are you surprised by, Andy? Any birthday you name will have a celebrity attached.
Yes,
to it.
they will. Except apparently Emma Marx's.
Are we turning on the listener questions?
Never. Oh, and our friend Eddie Gosling. Do you know Eddie Gosling?
Oh, yes, I do. Very funny man. Are you done with those, or
no? I could go on, but why?
Why exactly? Would you like to do Larry Harold?
It's another one in the snark chain.
Oh my God!
Also, some folks can be a bit particular about their morning beverage. What's your take on that?
Are these people who hate the show?
It's a hate, love, hate. I think is what it is.
Also, that looks like. Is it George Blanda? Who is that guy? No, it's Don Meredith. Andy. Oh, what's
so
your question?
It's not young people picking on us.
Have I mentioned that I like to drink coffee in the morning?
No, I didn't even think you were up.
Also, I got another shipment from Rob Beans. Been a while. Excellent.
Good.
Papua New Guinea. Ow!
Papa got a brand new Guinea.
I don't even know where that is. Is it near Old Guinea?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you did say a joke that was in a cornball type of joke. Yes, you did. I am, and it's not even a joke. I am really seeing exactly what my father did every day and repeating it. How's it going there, kiddo?
Yeah. How many noses did you get today?
His thing wasn't like a nose thing, but his thing was that was very entertaining to me was that if you looked at him, he would, as I've said before, visually entertain you with his face.
Yeah.
Just to get the pressure off of you, off of him.
Right.
Because now I'm finding out through therapy that I never really, that I had, there's this great podcast, I think I told you about it, called 70 Over 70. And it's about old people and everything.
Yeah.
And the father of the person doing the podcast, they had like this talk that's like this really nice talk, and they're listening to each other. And I was like, I always could talk to my dad when he was kidding around and stuff like that, but I never felt like, Dad, let's talk about death or something like that. That's not what his thing was. He didn't want to go deep, I realize now.
Yeah. Either did my father.
Yeah.
He could be serious. For sure.
But he didn't want one of those, what's the meaning of life discussions.
He didn't, I don't think he thought he knew.
Right. I always thought my father's scared of death, so he doesn't want to be reminded of it.
When my father was dying, I talked to him a little bit. I was driving him home from the Mayo Clinic. And I was like, are you scared? He goes like, no, I'm angry, but I'm not scared.
That's pretty cool. That is very, very, very cool. I had some talks like that with my dad, but very rarely was I able to have a talk like that.
Yeah.
And I know, I'm just thinking like, I don't cry for this because I know that I didn't have it, but that like Susan had that really great relationship with her dad where they called each other and they were friends. It's like, I love my dad, but I never thought, we didn't have that. Hey, I'll call him when I called him, I was always nervous that he wanted to get off the phone.
Right.
Kind of but also I lived in LA and he was in New York. That's got to affect parent-children thing more than normal.
It does. And, sometimes there literally is no there. You could feel like, you missed an opportunity, but that opportunity just probably wasn't there.
Right. And this is
I'm not saying that he didn't have any emotional depth. I'm just saying he might not have had a vocabulary for it at all,
Right. That's exactly what you're saying is exactly right because he I thought that he had a capacity to do that because he would often challenge us with physics things when we were kids, but it wasn't like a philosophical inquiry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's bring us all in. And Andy, what do you think of this? I mean, I know that's what Howard Stern did with his kids too, in a very mean way. Shut up, sit down. But
right.
I mean, I'm glad he wasn't the other way where he was overly on me all the time. But
no, better. He should want to always be entertaining than
absolutely
cranky and mean.
Well, because that was the thing. Because my mom was so depressed that my dad really was a savior in that way.
Right.
He would come home and the whole mood of the place would change. You know.
Right.
So,
did your mom change for him ever? Like, did she put on a different face for your father than she put on when you kids?
No.
Yeah.
That was one of the problems, I think. I mean, like, because I'm getting the feeling you're saying that at some point my mother said, "Look, I'm in a bad mood, but I don't want you people to see it."
Right. That was never a consideration.
Yeah, I'm very. Can I have everyone's attention? I'm very sad that my emotional, psychological problems have probably affected the growth of all of my children. Hold on, Mom.
There wasn't a stoicism component, is what you're saying.
No, we would have called her up. We would have called her to see if she was okay.
Right.
I still can't get over that thing that I should have Rob get one of his New York doctors who comes over to the house and kills people. How much money would my brother have to have a guy who's a doctor who comes over and kills people when you want them to?
I wrote a joke yesterday. Alan Sweet Bell said, "What are you doing to cope right now?" And I wrote, "I'm looking at Suicide Machine reviews on Amazon." They're all 1 star.
I told you this is the thing about me and John Ridley. 1 star.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. No, where I did that, we pitched to Living Color, me and John Ridley as writers.
Yes,
and we
told
pitched
me this
the portable
story yeah.
What would it look like? It still gets me now. It stops you in your tracks.
Right. But to me, it's hilarious that you think that was an unreasonable question.
No. I guess being questioned was unreasonable for me at that point in my career. What are you asking me for? Oh, this is fun. Oh, I have to go back to the thing now. Who's next? You?
I think you should do it with Jason is totally a thinker Parton.
Jason is totally a thinker Parton says, Andy, you walk a lot. I do too. Several miles in an average summer work day. What are some good walking shoes that you could recommend? I tend to wear mine out pretty quick. Thanks. I'll take your comments off the air. I really love Asics. It just happens to fit my foot. And I definitely go around and try different things because I thought some of the ones that had like a lot more motion support would be less comfortable, but they're not. So I just think it's natural for my foot, and people have that about other brands, but that's my recommendation. Asics.
There you go. Torben Rolfson says, did either of you have any experiences with sea monkeys growing up? Any other memorable comic book ads you can recall?
I remember all of them. Joy Buzzer, Onion Gum, X-Ray Specs, Seahorses. Was it Seahorses or Sea Monkeys?
Sea Monkeys is what he's asking about.
Onion Gum.
Yeah, you're cycling through the same ones again now.
I said Onion Gum twice?
Yes.
But I didn't say Joy Buzzer, though, did I?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Squirting Flour.
Okay.
Well, not bad.
No, you're also describing the contents of one of those bathroom vending machines from way back with those bird whistles too.
I never bought a condom from a bathroom machine, which just shows that there was nothing going on that I needed to get a condom.
Yeah, I was about to say the brag doesn't really hold up as some sort of commitment to sanitary.
No, it just shows. Why would you want that? Honey, I bought a condom. Why would you buy that? We've been together for 14 years.
Yep, you're a hero.
Why did you could have stayed motionless the whole show, and it would have been I would have been happy.
But then I would have gotten my SAG payment.
SAG, get it?
Got it.
Sag as in your balls like they sag. Oh, God. We have fun, right?
Such a party.
Andy's new, Don't Call Me Lulu, says Andy's new lyrics for Girls on Film is the new highlight for me. Yes, Andy, you made up new...
See?
You made up new lyrics for Girls on Film. No, Andy. No, Andy. Duran Duran is not a duo. Girls, this true. If you could not see me up your nose in the alley. Girls like cheese. It's not as good as the original one, right?
No.
What did the original one sound like?
I can't. Well, no, I'd have to go back and pull a clip.
Girls on whom... So are you in the school of thinking that story to Jane Wilson, because Jane Wilson can make up a lot of stories, but you really think that I walked by Duran Duran and they said they're hungry and I said, are you hungry like a wolf?
I don't think it happened like that. I do think you could have said, are you guys hungry like a wolf? But I don't think it was set up like a fucking...
But did you know there's the same night
I don't think it was put on a popu platter like she suggests.
But the same night I made it right and I saw Gary Newman. Is it Newman?
Right. Let me get your car.
I said, what do you drive? He goes, I drive cars. Boom, 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 boom. Now, what was his follow-up hit?
The bus.
Buses. Yeah, it doesn't hold up, my friend. Sorry. You're going down. You're going down. The guy who wrote that song.
Seth Dick III says, now we all know that Jon Stewart was never a thinker, but do you think Alfred E. Newman is a thinker with his iconic what me worry ethos?
No, I don't. I think because what me worry, I don't think was much thinking. What me worry? What? Me worry?
You want to give it a third?
What? What? Me worry? I loved it.
I think that was the one.
What? Me worry?
Yes.
I loved it. Oh, my God.
We got it.
I loved him so much. Then you could buy a poster that was suitable for framing or wrapping fish. How do they... I thought, this is the most irreverent take when I was 9 years old. What are these people? They're rewriting the rules.
This is going to go on their permanent record.
Things we'd really like to see.
This is, I think, Wookie Talkie is on you.
Wookie Talkie says, who would you choose to do a commercial for Liberty, 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 Liberty between Bob Dylan and Howard Cosell? I would go with Howard Cosell.
I would go with Howard Cosell too.
No, you ruined the bit. You're
I don't
supposed to go with
care.
Bob Dylan.
I don't care about Roberto Dobie-san. Fuck you.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. Tonight, Liberty will be fighting Tito Fuentes of the Republic of Domingo, and if he gets past that match, he'll be fighting against a figure from the 80s that Andy thinks is hilarious. Roberto Dobison, a contra from the 80s that Andy brings up thinking the room will erupt in knowing laughter.
I don't even think it's the 80s.
Don't you hate those Liberty commercials, Bob?
Hate them.
They brought back the one where the guy's an actor. He goes, I'm an actor, so when bitcha be boochable.
Right.
When
he's an actor,
bitcha.
so he can go fuck himself.
Oh, Bob. You know, I thought as you got old, do you know that Lorraine Newman, the great Lorraine Newman, is 4 years older than me? I think I was a late bloomer with my career. She was 4 years older.
I think it's still on the horizon.
My career, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it could still happen. What you're saying is
it's never too late to bloom.
I like when you can tell you're slightly tired of the voice.
Yeah.
Did you just? Oh, so it's you now, Smarmy.
All right, Smarmy of Darkness says, "Did you ever figure out what Sister Goldenhair's surprise was?"
Was peroxide.
I think it was the horse's name. Going deep America.
Wow. Sister Golden has a prize. Well, I started out on Tuesday, but there was something in my eyes. I can't stop you with the hero when you're sitting in your shoe.
I always blend that song with Dr. My Eyes. Dr. My Eyes, Sister Golden Hair Surprise. Kind of a thing.
My big thing is when there's a song that sounds like another song, I triumphantly sing it to Susan while the other song is on.
Yeah, I like to sing it.
It is like that.
I like to sing the other one over the chords of the chorus. Yeah.
For example, I found out that My Sweet Lord, I just found this out on my own, sounds similar to a 50s doo-wop group song. It's not even a doo-wop group. I couldn't figure out who the hell it was.
Yeah.
She's so fine. That's it, right?
Do-rag, do-rag, do-rag.
She's so, my sweet Lord. Oh, my sweet. You know what the original words were? Jesus Christ, Lord. Oh, God, help me, Lord.
Did you ever hear Harrison's copyright compliant re-record of My Sweet Lord?
That's a joke, right?
No, he did like 2000 maybe, like right before he died.
What did it sound like?
It sounded like a guy trying to avoid the exact
problem.
The exact problem.
This is a thing that he
it sounded like a really disappointing cover version of My Sweet Lord.
Well, what happened was that he didn't realize it. This is what happened, right?
I don't think he deliberately did it, but
because it would be a kick in the teeth to find out that you had based it on a previous song. Because there's one song where he was able to talk about his belief in God, and that turns out to have been taken from the Shower Lights.
Right.
Who are they? The Shirelles.
The Shower Lights is better.
Oh, you think that's good? My favorite 50s group was the Shower Lights. Later, they endorsed shower towels.
I heard them on my shower radio.
Did you ever have a water radio?
I never did, no.
Okay, I thought that would be fun.
I never wanted to take that long a shower, really.
Oh, but you know what I did to try and duplicate it, replicate it? I took like one of those plug-in radios, right?
Yeah.
And I stood I think the best conduction would be is if I stood in the water.
Right.
And I plugged it in.
Uh-huh.
And the joke's over now.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like the joke.
Yeah. Much better than your breakfast in bath experiment.
Hey, but would someone die from that if a plug-in toaster fell into the bathtub like they always show?
Yeah. Then again, if you don't get out of the bathtub when you see someone walking in with a toaster before they have a chance to plug it in, it's kind of on you.
I never realized that the chances of that happening.
Yeah.
The chances.
Maybe one of those old New York bathtub in the kitchen apartments.
Wait a second. I think I've mixed up two anecdotes. That my father, I thought, got burned from that. And I think the anecdote is it's like a radio that plugs in.
Yeah.
But that sounds like it's got a lot less juice.
It's probably about the same amount of juice.
Okay, so I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah, because you're getting the juice is coming from the wall at that point.
Right. I'd never, and I'm very proud to say this, never stuck my finger into the sockets as a little baby or kid.
That's good.
Did you?
And you say your parents weren't good.
But the only reason why they heard a sound is why they came running.
Right.
Search. What's going on? What are you doing with that toaster, you idiot? They're not that bad. They weren't that bad.
That's good. As evidenced by the fact that we're speaking 65 years later.
If you did die of electrocution, my mother would go, "Great, nice going." As you're dead, you're dead now. Nice going. I knew it would happen. Why are you still talking to him, Joan? Because I'm hoping that a little bit of guilt will enter into his afterlife. Thank you. I'll be okay in the dark. Dead. All right, we can go past this.
Warps Your Head says, in my house, if you sneeze and don't get an immediate bless you, They will resort to, oh, I'm sorry. Is my debilitating disease disturbing you all? I'm so sorry my slowly dying body is too loud for you. Hope you all are well.
I love this family.
Oh, that was actually outside the quote. Hope you all are well was to us.
Oh, it's to us, right?
Yeah.
Hope you're all well, because it comes outside of the quotes.
Right.
Oh, God. That sounds like...
I'm
Doesn't
pretty
sound like
big.
my
I'm pretty
family.
big even on like Allison's a very loud sneezer. She's got a really just a classic karate chop kind of a sneeze.
Right.
And so I'm, even when it's a couple rooms away, I'll try to shout a bless you to her.
My sneezes are so loud that they scare Susan, and they scare anybody.
Yeah.
So I try to do a little warning thing. Sneeze. Ow! You know, because repressing a sneeze, I don't think is good, is what my theory. You could die that way.
Yeah, I don't think I would go that far.
Greg Kelly says, my family will be visiting Hoover Dam. That's an old Doug Benson joke. You should do that. My family will be visiting Hoover Dam over spring break, and I'm hoping James Mason can recommend a spot for breakfast or lunch. We still remember the biscuits and gravy near Mount Rushmore he found while working in the area with Hitch. Oh, I remember this too, Josh.
Yes. Well, yes, I spent a week over at Hoover Dam with my RV and had a delightful time. I could recommend many places, but I would say the best breakfast, despite its name, would be at Gary's Best Damn Burgers.
Is that a real place?
Why, yes.
Oh, now you're making fun of me. Is this relate to a movie I should have seen?
No, it's just a little piece of travel trivia I like to share with people when they ask.
I think you brought in a real anecdote.
I think you're lying. I think
There is no Gary's Damn
There
Burgers.
is no Gary's Best Damn Burgers, but but there might well be.
I appreciate you warning us about your saucy language.
It's DAM. It's a clever play on words.
You're such a charming man.
Why, thank you, sir.
Oh, there's a question about us arguing, I think.
I think
You
it
go.
is.
You go, baby.
Bandicoot B says, I hate it when Daddy and Daddy fight. Sorry, my question last week brought drama. I was going to type a jokey premise with impressions that involved Ukraine, but realized it might be in poor taste. So my question is, are current wars out of bounds? Too much too soon?
You mean to joke about?
I think so.
No, nothing's out of bounds. Well, just because we had a fight, they don't know that I apologize because I'm...
No, I think he's asking about the war in Ukraine, not our fight.
Oh, more importantly, I apologized. Is there a war in Ukraine? More importantly, you could talk about anything, but it's not funny Ukraine right now.
All right.
I don't wake up in the morning going, how many people does it take to screw into Ukraine?
Right.
It's very sad to
But
me.
there's still ancillary jokes that can be made about the situation, but it does, it's a question.
Oh, yeah.
It's a question of taste and comedy. It's not a question of hard lines.
Right, exactly right. Everybody knows you can almost see where the line would be crossed on. Well, I couldn't see with Ukraine because I wouldn't think of it. Other people will. Many people think that's what comedy is when you say something crazily horrible during a tragedy.
Right.
Sorry you're dead, Christopher Hitchens.
It's comedians taking you down the dark, scary hubba.
Yeah. Also, Bandicoot B says in response to Jen's question, although no one asked me for my 2 cents, people who turn their cars off at stoplights. I don't think they are. I think the car goes off on itself. People who turn their cars off at stoplights. WTF is this behavior? Especially when I'm next to a person for several red lights in a row. Car goes on, car goes off. It's maddening. It's the car doing that, right? Right?
I don't know. I mean, there might be people who are, think idling is worse than ignition.
Yeah.
But it's probably an electric car, hybrid-y thing.
Yeah. I think it is Bandicoot B. But you know what? It's something you certainly put a thinker in my capper trooper G.
You opened up another opportunity for Andy to get annoyed at people.
I don't like that characterization of me getting annoyed. I'm such a nice man.
It's true. Mike Parrish says, my buddy and I are planning gross candy testing so we can decide which candy is the grossest. Sounds like you got a lot of fun stuff going on there. Can you recommend any candies that disgust you so we can add them to our menu? Necco Wafers and any kind of black licorice have already made the list.
Well, Necco Wafers are good except for the licorice kind, although I got burnt out on them. I thought that I would love them forever, and then I convinced myself that because they went away from artificial colors, it didn't taste, and it's just not the greatest candy. But it was great for me when I was 13, and when I would hit the chocolate one, I would just basically like have a big parade. The
wax bottles of slightly sugary liquid are pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But do they taste bad, or are they just boring?
I don't know.
They're terrible. It's a terrible candy.
I never was like, you know, I mean, I would suck them down because they were there, but
yeah, I liked them at one point when I was a young boy.
Well, it was the novelty was cool. When you're a kid, anytime you can get a little version of a real thing,
yes, it's
pretty enticing.
Right, and then the wax. I do remember eating those wax whistles.
I don't remember the wax whistles, but they made a whistle pop for a while.
Ooh. And you could whistle then eat it?
Yes.
Did you like that, or?
I did, because you could make noise and have candy.
I like the image of little Josh playing with his candy. And also playing with your sweets.
All are euphemisms.
Right. There's nothing that's not a euphemism. Halpin Frazier.
Also, the dots, although I liked them, I have to say, the whole thing is pretty gross. Those paper dots.
Oh, okay. You're not talking about the larger dots, which are also bad.
Those things that come on like cash register tape.
I love those. I convinced myself
but
that
it's
they
fucking
were so
gross.
great.
It's really gross. Yeah.
It's gross. And after a couple of years of it, you do realize you are ingesting a lot of paper.
I think pixie sticks are kind of a gross candy too. It's just like the total lack of effort involved in that.
But when you said it, I got a nice feeling about when you hit that pixie stick, hit your gullet or your tongue.
I remember snorting one once, trying to make a cocaine reference, and man, it hurt.
Oh, you mean trying to do it with your friends?
Like in 5th grade, yeah. Or 4th grade. Specifically, I remember sitting in a line for a bus line.
Well, now you know how I felt when I was on crystal meth for 4 years.
I do.
What?
I do. I have a better sense of that now. But it's not smell.
Halpin Frazier wants us to know, hi, Andy, I think it's now time for you to reprise your astonishingly... Hi, Andy, I think it's now time for you to reprise... Is it reprise or reprise?
I go reprise.
Hi, Andy, I think it's now time for you to reprise your astonishingly accurate Putin impression. And I think it would go something like this. And Putin. Putin. I don't think I ever did it. Did you? Did I do one?
I'm sure you did.
And it was bad, right?
Well, I think by the sarcastic, astonishingly accurate, I got to go, yeah.
I used to, for a brief period, pronounce his last name as Putin.
Really?
Because I just didn't get it. Putin. And then Susan would go, you're calling him Putin. And we'd laugh. And
you had your Putin on the fritz.
Oh, my God. I think we both need to lie down and just stay off of comedy for a couple of days.
I think we should. I like how you get the bad jokes immediately, like laser fast, and the good ones just fly by sometimes.
Well, because the good ones I don't get it's because of a narcissistic personality disorder.
Okay.
I'm so focused on my own jokes that I can't enjoy other people.
But why do the horrible ones hit you with such speed?
No, it's just that I was very focused at that one moment.
Okay. John Dunbar says, a week late question. When I think it's a Friday deadline, it's Wednesday. Larry Blackman was the partial inspiration for my favorite Sting, and Andy's favorite album cover might be Excitable Boy. These are questions from 2 weeks ago now, Andy, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
One wonders what Larry Blackman covering Warren Zevon might sound like.
I don't know who Larry Blackman
Larry
is.
Blackman was the lead singer for Cameo.
There was a group called Cameo?
Yes, that did the song Word Up.
Word up, it's pay,
And I had said, I was
psychological distress.
something like that, yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
And then I had indicated that I had used his voice as one of the prime inspirations for.
Oh, it's not TV, not TV. It's those commercials that get me. It's not TV, not TV. It's those commercials that get me. Ow.
So he's saying,
classic.
So he's trying to tie that together with the Larry Blackman, Does Warren Zevon.
Very good. And I appreciate it.
I was gambling in Havana. Oh, I took a little risk. Send lawyers, guns, and money. Oh, they'll get me out of this. Oh.
Is that from Excitable Boy, too?
Yeah.
All right. Andy, A-Fash, or I shouldn't say A-Fash, who cares what it is. Andy, echoing what others have said, our Andy Kindler does give great cameo, like a private set, or maybe a prize from that Be His Therapist for a Day contest I entered. Thanks again, Andy. Well worth the cabbage. Oh, that's how I recognize his name. That's how I recognize his name. Very good. Very good. And that was a fun one. I always come up big, with my...
Want to remind you all to buy a cameo from Andy Kindler for $35.99 over at cameo.com. And again, always with a charitable mind. He's this month, if you buy a cameo, he'll be sending a cameo to a Ukrainian refugee.
65 degrees down. That sounded terrible. And Anders said, for every cameo you buy, he's going to send a cameo to someone who doesn't even have electricity in Ukraine who's suffering right now. I bet they'd like to know that Andy Kindler sent them a joke.
Let's hear what Richard Cole has to say, Andy.
Richard Cole says, what interesting stuff does Andy do? I think he meant, what interesting stuff does Andy do in his long walks around the neighborhood? I take pictures of things I see. I do the same thing. Let's see what he took a picture of. That's a great one. He takes it's a fantastic snowman of some type. Then he has a utility pole, some kind of graffiti, and that looks like a picture I have taken, the last one. But there's no snow where I take pictures.
No, you just usually take street garbage pictures.
No, I also do, are you referring to my furniture, to my wonderful furniture shot?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that's nice at all. The way you said it. Steve, and Elton, yeah. Ooh, ooh.
You guys both live in California. Apart from California and the states where you were born, New York and Minnesota, thanks for reminding us, what are your favorite states to visit? At least favorite? Well, Florida and Texas always hit me in the least favorite bone.
Except Austin. I love Austin.
I don't love Austin. I like Austin.
I know. I just said that to make it. No, I do like it. I know what you mean. It's a little hot in the summer over there.
I love Chicago, so Illinois. I like New York. I like Oregon.
Washington.
I haven't spent a lot of time in Washington.
So Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, I liked Seattle a couple times.
I was in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Was it? Really?
No.
That wasn't my experience completely there. But.
Jumpy Bean says...
Well, that's where our friend Curtis Steigers lives.
That's right. I love Curtis. Oh, you know that. I know Curtis Steigers. Yeah. I spent time with him when I was in Boise. Do you know him before I knew him?
No, he's a Twitter friend.
And he's also a Twitter friend for me. Thank you. What's the matter with me? It's disgusting. Jumpy Bean wants to know, how can I try to explain? When I do, it turns away again. It's always been the same old story.
From the moment I could talk,
I was ordered to listen now. There's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Did he do a non-Ernest version of that?
Well, he did the original one, and then he did yes, I think he reprised it. On his side. On his side. I think he did all of Tea for the Tiller Man.
Oh, man. Whoa. Until I got hurt. Tow.
You say you want to hear the truth, but you work alone.
Twiddly-diddly-date. A twiddly-diddly-date. Twiddly-diddly-date. A twiddly. He rocks in the treetops all night long. He's rocking and hopping and singing his song. His name goes to people on Yoshiomo Street, and then he sings, and Yoshiomo is a great singer.
But isn't it Tweet Bahari you were doing?
Oh, that's right. I started out.
Yes.
Tweet Bahara. I had something going with the twiddly diddly dee.
You did. You had Tweet Bahara going. And then
I thought Yoshi was
Then you went down to Yamamoto Lane.
Do you want to speak for Tweet Bahara?
I guess, sure.
If anybody could.
There's no way the barber on Penny Lane has a photo of every head he's had the pleasure of knowing. How long has he been in business? That could be a lot of photos. Am I right, ladies?
Well, I think, did we talk about this, how after a while, once you find out what they wrote the song after, it just doesn't help at all? I saw that on the thing. Oh, Penny Lane was a sign on a deal.
Yeah.
I saw a barber giving a thing to a thing, so I put it in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't deepen my appreciation of the song.
No. You know who was the worst at explaining those things was Joni Mitchell when I saw her live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what did she do?
She would talk about what inspired the song, but it was like then the first verse of the song is what she just said, basically. She had she was talking about, I was driving down the street and I saw a license plate that said just ice, justice is just ice. And and then the first line of the thing was, I was driving down the street and I saw a bumper sticker that said justice equals just ice.
Now, I never got to see her in concert. She's one of my favorites. How was she in concert?
Kind of boring.
How long? Was it a long, long time ago?
No, it was probably very early 2000s when she was out with Dylan and Van Morrison.
Wow. Yeah, I loved her in the Crosby, Still in the band movie,
The Last Waltz.
Yeah, that she was fun.
I thought it was so weird the way that she did her little offstage.
Why do I like it so much? Why did she not go on stage?
Because they wanted to sustain the applause for when she came out to do her own number.
Oh, Neil Diamond still stole the show. Follow that motherfucker.
I'm just gonna sing one song, and I'm gonna sing it well.
Well, how do you end up singing like him?
Dry your eyes.
It's Cat Stevens. It's kind of got the earnestness of Cat Stevens.
It absolutely does. The impression certainly comes from the same place. Tweet Bahara wants to know, Josh, was it you or Joel H. that came up, H being Hodgson for you not in the know, that came up with Sha-la-la, a cultural touchdown? I think it was actually Charlie Erickson, the composer of the Mystery Science song. But it was my idea to have the Mads lip sync the Sha-la-la in the opening credits.
Wow, very nice. And it certainly clears up a thing that I've been hearing people talk about who listen to the show for years. And you finally cleared it up. Nice going, John. Dan Marsh says, hey guys, it's the late 70s, it's the late 1970s, and yet somehow Twitter exists. Who are the best accounts to follow, and who is Andy getting in a feud with? I think I would have been the one of the Carpenters, because they just, you know what I'm saying? They're always in your face.
I could see you and Richard Carpenter getting into a fight still today.
I go, hey, Captain, I love your music. I'm not the captain. Oh, really? I couldn't tell. Fist fight. Hey, love.
I would be following some of the same people: Lorraine Newman, Albert Brooks.
Yeah, I don't see the difference. Me and Bob Dylan, I'd be following.
Yes.
Harry Nilsson.
I could see Andy
song.
Gibb having a good account.
Right, that he would be good.
Sure.
Why did I agree with that? What did I stand to gain from that agreement? Dr. Name Can't Be Blank? Dr. Name Can't Be Blank started the podcast from beginning and just got to March 2020. So if you mentioned him already, sorry, but I've been addicted to Frasier lately and was wondering if either of you encountered Kelsey Grammer before. I've heard he's a prick, but who knows? Follow up. I've watched an episode that has Gruber in it. That was fun to see. Yeah, he's great when he comes into shows. I love Gruber on any show.
Sure.
And I think with Kelsey Grammer, ultimately, if you are that conservative as a person in show business, something's going on.
I had 2 encounters with Kelsey Grammer. Both were positive.
Well, I've heard that he is nice. And why did I go with that he's not nice?
I've heard both, but in my case, I did once where I wrote him some jokes for a thing, and he was pleasant. He wasn't that, he wasn't into the process.
Right.
But he was pleasant enough. And there was once where he was a guest on later, and we did a little sketch that he was game for.
Well, also Tom McGowan, who was on Frasier, and I knew him from Raymond, he said he was very generous with the cast and everything. He would take them, spend tremendous amounts of money on them.
I got the sense he was a bit of a shy guy, too.
Yeah, that's weird. That is true. I got that feeling, too. But when that thing where he walks it's still the funniest thing I've ever heard because he didn't die from it. But when he's telling that anecdote and he falls off of a 100-foot stage, it's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I've never heard that. I don't think.
Oh, he's saying, Sharpling got it. He goes, I went to the Small World Pavilion and it's like you all of a sudden, oh my God. Oh my God. And he really got hurt.
Really?
That's not the part I'm celebrating. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. You go with Ed now. I shouldn't have dissuaded you.
No, you were good. It was good.
No, really, it was a good thing.
Ed Kupfer says, Josh, please tell Andy a street joke because his reactions are always great.
What you got, baby?
A guy walks into a bar, looks at the menu. It says hamburgers, $5, cheeseburgers, $7, hand jobs, $10. And he looks behind the counter and sees an attractive woman working the counter. And he says, excuse me, miss, are you the one who gives the hand jobs? And she says, well, yes, I am. He says, well, wash your hands. I'd like a cheeseburger.
Oh, my God. It went the other way. An anti-joke, in fact. In other words, you would think the guy would say, I'd like a hand job. No. He says, keep your scum-infested fingers off my food. And everybody laughs because it's a street joke. You can't not laugh at it. We're gonna yell.
The premise is sound.
Yo, 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 yo.
Tweet Bahara.
Very good. We're on the same page. Yoshi Yamamoto says, do you guys know that Hitler's sister married an architect? That's like if Jay Leno's sister married a comedian. I don't know why that makes me laugh. That's very good. Very good, Yoshi Yamamoto.
Yes.
Is that our last question, or do you have many letters?
I'll do one letter because it was politely labeled for this show.
Okay.
Though it's Jason Parton again, so I don't know how polite that is. But Jason says, me again. I couldn't find a way to get this one to fit in a tweet. Oh, good.
You gotta give him a complex.
Are there conversational hard lines for you guys? Like if someone says something, you just shut the whole thing down and walk away. For me, it used to be things like the earth is flat or the moon landing was totally fake. For a while recently, it was vaccines are a government conspiracy. The other day, I was speaking to someone and they say to me, I'm really worried about what's going on in Ukraine. It's really upsetting that Biden is going to help Putin take over that country. I actually thought they were joking, but they doubled down on that pretty much right away. As has been established on this very podcast, I don't have a problem cutting people out of my life, and that was the line for that person. So my question is, do you guys have lines like that with people? If so, what may they be? This is not quite the weight of comments I leave, but I can't be goofy all the time. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both.
Thank you. And well, I mean, you can tell when people are heading in certain directions that you don't want to go there. Most of the time, when people want to tell you jokes, you don't want to go there with them.
Right. Whether they're racist or anything, just jokes.
Yeah, jokes in general. Well, because they're always going to be. My thing is like, I think I've said this before, but please wrap up the joke in one day. I don't want these jokes where you went back the next day and then Mrs. McGillicuddy's farm was closed. If it's going to be bad, can't we get it over with quick?
All right.
I think that's a big mistake people tell with jokes.
But I don't think that's really the question. I think.
What is the question?
I think.
Don't talk about something in the conversation.
Like, is there something that's just an absolute tripwire for you to go? This is over. I would say no, because it's never over with Andy, first of all.
Yeah, that's, I think, one of my problems is that I don't sense when the water's getting too hot.
All right. And I go the other way. I think I have different lines with everybody, it depends how much equity I have in the relationship. And, I have in fact had racist friends over the years, but they have to be the kind of racist that I can call them a racist.
Do they ever come on?
I won't silently abide my friend being a racist.
Were you ever friends with a racist who got less racist?
Probably.
It's such a weird thing to.
It's because you can't quantify. Because some of it was just I'm gonna make this joke no matter what kind of racism.
Right. Yeah. Which isn't great.
Rather, but it was like an intellectual place rather than a place of hatred. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, the one thing that has to happen is I can't just silently go, oh, I guess I'll swallow that.
Right. I guess I don't want to hear anybody talk about Obama negatively. I don't think I can hang around.
Really? I hadn't sensed that.
No, but I don't know if you realize I'm a little sensitive about it. Just a little. No, but otherwise, everything... My guard's up anyway when I'm walking around. Well, I'm not walking around anymore.
Yeah.
People
well, I mean,
anything.
Hard lines are for black and white thinkers.
I'm just thinking about right when the COVID hit and this stranger who I'd met at some party came up and was about to fucking bear hug me. And I put my hands up and said, whoa, he had no idea what I was even talking about.
Right.
This is when you should read the papers every once in a while.
Right.
Big bear hug. Stranger bear hug? Is that worth getting over that?
No, it's not. Nor is a friend-based bear hug, really.
I told somebody else the ice cream story again yesterday.
Yeah.
It's such a good story. And when I tell the story, I kind of remember the old, I don't miss it.
Yeah, if I call someone out for that, I'm certainly going to call them out for racism.
True. It's a good point. Well, Josh, it's come to that time of the show where you could hang up on me.
I could at any point.
But you're scared.
No, there's a shoe just hanging over your head right now. But first, let me say, if you'd like to support our show, which some people have very generously done recently, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us a coffee. If you'd like to support a Ukrainian refugee with a cameo from Andy for free, buy your own. It's BOGO.
Wait a second. How am I doing this? Well, I'll figure it out. I'll get their address, get their email address.
Sure.
And I'll send a cameo. People love it.
Yeah.
Even when they're under threat of death.
I was just trying to prove you could make a joke about Ukraine.
Oh, that's true. Oh God, I could have hung up on you then.
You should have.
And the thing is, I have an X. It's an X with a white line in the middle of it.
Yeah. Survey says.
Thank you. I'll be okay in the dark. Dead.